fucking Colombian cartel music here. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena. We're gonna continue the show that we were having yesterday that ended abruptly due to a fucking storm. So here we are. The phone lines are already open, guys. If you want to call in, the phone number's on your screen. Don't be shy. Call in. We're going to talk about, obviously, the big fights taking place this Saturday. So let's get this party started. We already have Mr. BDA and Never Sobers. Guys, welcome to the show. Hello, hello.
Yo.
Yeah,
All right.
what's up? What's up?
All right, so BDA, where did you, did you take any phone calls? Oh, no, the phone lines weren't even working, right?
No, the phone lines were working. We just never got around to them.
All right.
So I think there's someone on StreamYard showing their cock, right, BDA?
That was the day before yesterday. That was on Saturday when we were doing the Victor Conti episode.
Yeah, fucking disgusting people. That's why everything's going down to the drain. By the way, not super chat. I saw, what is this? Oh shit, sorry. You should shout out. I don't know what
90 seconds.
What the fuck? 90 seconds? For what? Oh shit, 15 minutes. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry. All right, phone lines are open. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I'll take over.
No, I was saying shout out to everybody in the chat. 2 Matador, Dark Hado, Jack Cousteau, The Quacks, Virtuoso, Earl Stevens, Mars. Guys, welcome to the show. All right, let's get this party started. BDA, you take it out. Take it away.
Where we left off last episode was we were talking predictions for Wilder versus Zhang. Now, I think we took enough of them. I mean, just to refresh people's memories, Brian Gunn said Wilder stops Zhang. Sober says Zhang is beating that ass. The Guns very adamant that Zhang is going to score a knockout, or stoppage rather, somewhere between round 1 and 4. Recognize that it's Zhang early, Wilder late. And let me tell you, I don't know who's winning. I can see Wilder lining up the slower, bigger Zhang up for that big right hand. But what happens if that right hand doesn't work? What happens if that right hand just bounces off Zhang, or if Zhang can take it? I don't know if Wilder can take it. So, right from what I can ascertain in the boxing community, the YouTube boxing community, most people are going with Zhang, but people are apprehensive or quite reserved in saying that Zhang wins it because, again, he's a slow guy, he's 42 years old, and Wilder can crack, which is why this fight has been made the main event, because it is that jolting to the senses, and people are apprehensive about picking a winner, but I'm forced to pick one, so I'm going with Zhang. And Bucho, I will be giving you the list later on, but for the moment, I'll be taking down the predictions here. But I'm going with Zhang. Just Zhang. I'm not saying by stoppage decision, just I think he wins. But I don't know, man. I'm lacking confidence in that one. Well, what about you? Well, Bucho, when you jump in, maybe you can give us your prediction too. But in the meantime, I also want to talk about the other fight in this card, and we'll start off with the one of the smaller fights, but the juicy one. Not Craig Richards versus some other guy, which apparently is turning racial. Craig Richards is accusing his opponent of being racist, which, I mean, I don't know what's that about. But the other fight on the docket is... Nah, I mean, hey, listen, come on, man.
Which fight?
The other fight on the docket is Hamza Sheeraz, undefeated 168-pound prospect versus another undefeated super middleweight prospect in Austin Ammo Williams. It is a 12-rounder, and it's one of those fights, again, it's a pick'em fight. Sheeraz is a tall super middleweight. He can crack. Ammo Williams... No, but excuse me, this fight isn't at super welterweight, is it? Well, is this fight a middleweight fight or a... Let me just double check.
I'm showing people what you sent me, the links with the tail of the tapes. This fight's taking place in the middleweight division, 12 rounds.
Middleweight. All right. There you go. So my mistake. So yeah, middleweight. And I'm telling you, Sheeraz, big puncher so far. The best guy he fought was Liam Williams, and he really just wiped the floor with him. Ammo Williams, on the other hand, the best guy he's fought so far was Rolls Royce, a.k.a. Steve Rolls. You might remember Steve Rolls getting his ass knocked out by Gennady Golovkin a couple of years ago. But he also went 12 rounds against Edgar Berlanga and made him look awful. There was no dramatic point in which Berlanga had him hurt or nothing. It was just a very uneventful fight. Steve Rolls escaped that fight with a clean face and arguably, some people said, the winner of that fight. Now, subsequently, he went on to give Ammo Williams a very tough fight. After that, he got stopped. Talking about Steve Rolls. Who stopped him? Butler. Stephen Butler, who is, Canadian fans will recognize him as a guy that here in Montreal they were trying to prop up as a potential, terror. They were even comparing him to some hockey player. I don't know much about hockey, but they were saying that he was going to be, not the Wayne Gretzky, but let's say for the sake of argument, because I don't know the name of the guy, but they were saying that he was going to be the Wayne Gretzky of boxing. That's how high they were on this guy. Anyway, since then, Butler ended up losing a bunch of fights, but all of a sudden, he comes in there to fight Rolls, and he stops him. So the question here coming in is, how good is Ammo Williams? I don't know. I guess that's why this fight is so interesting, because it's going to prove who deserves to be in the mix in the middleweight division. Flip side to that coin is that, what's his name, Sheeraz, who is being trained by Ricky Nunez. Of course, he's very high on his fighter. He's one of these tall middleweights with a pencil neck. I don't know if he can take a punch. I know he's been dropped before in his pro career. So this fight, again, another pick and fight.
Ammo Williams to me doesn't seem very reliable, dude. He went to rehab. He went to rehab over weed. And
cool.
I think kind of reminds me of that Dave Chappelle movie Half Baked, like where they all laugh at that dude because he tries to go to rehab for weed. They're like, man, get the fuck out of here, dude. You ever suck dick for coke? Then you don't know what the fucking addiction is. Get out of here. You know what I mean?
Wait, who went for, I missed it. Who went to rehab for weed?
Ammo Williams went to rehab for weed.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Yeah. He was having problems with him and Eddie Hearn. I think he called him like a slave driver. Not the first person to say that about Eddie, huh?
No, certainly not. Certainly not. I do wonder whether when people say, oh, yeah, we sent him to a rehab for marijuana, was it really that, or was that the smoke screen? Was it something else? Was it crack? Was it sucking dick? Was it a gay conversion camp? You know what, those religious camps where they send gay guys to reconvert them back into being straight? Maybe that's what it was, man.
The gay away.
That's right. Pray the gay away. Electroshock it as well.
All right. So, what's the other fight you want to talk about, BDA?
Well, Sobers, I mean, you want to give your prediction for that one?
Yeah, I think Sheeraz is gonna win, dude. I've never really been really impressed with Ammo Williams, and like I was saying, like he's a dude that went to rehab for weed. I just think you're lame for that. And Sheeraz is pretty big, dude. I think this is gonna be Williams' first fight at 160. I don't know if he fought Steve Rolls at that weight, but I think Steve Rolls beat him. So I don't think he's that good, bro. I don't think he's that good. I think Sheeraz is the height will be the factor, dude. He'll be able to line him up and hurt him, I think, because he was eating a lot of straight. I think I can't remember if Rolls is orthodox or southpaw, but I remember he was hitting with a lot of crosses near the end of the fight. And if some guy's bigger than you doing that, Sheeraz, if Hamza's doing that to him, I think he'll knock him out, bro. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that athletic. He's kind of stiff. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Steve Rolls. He's a very complicated fighter. He's tricky. So there's no shame in going the distance against him. That being said, this Ammo Williams guy is supposed to be, if he really is that good, he should have done what Gennady Golovkin.
Ammo idiot, because he's supposed to take you out. He's supposed to be shooting motherfuckers. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be shooting. He's not.
I'm still dubious about what's his name, Sheeraz's own chin. I don't know how good that is. So I want to see what happens with that one as well. This is why this card is so good, man, because almost every fight is 50-50 or as close to 50-50 as it can be.
BDA, what did Andrew Garcia say? I never met a Pakistani that could fight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, hey, He could
So
be
we'll
proven
see.
correct. Well, he also said Chinese fighters get overhyped because they're from China. That's what he said. I'm quoting him. China. But
They were trying to push that guy Zhu Jiming on everybody, right? Because
Oh,
he
yeah,
had like
remember
over a
that
billion
shit?
views or something.
Yeah. I mean, if China wants to get behind somebody, they should get behind Zhang. He's a real
nah,
deal.
but he's too old, man.
Yeah, I know. But
He's too
still,
old. How much left does he have in the sport?
if he beats Deontay Wilder, that's a big win.
Okay. No, but come on. If he beats Deontay Wilder, come on. So what if he beats Wilder?
I think there's gonna be a lot of momentum, bro. I think that loss to Parker really derailed him a little bit.
Yeah.
He was getting a lot of fanfare in China for those wins over Joe Joyce, and if he had beat Joseph Parker, it would have been even like almost at a crescendo with a Wilder, bro. But it kind of held himself back a little bit with the loss.
Yeah, but this win against Deontay Wilder would like propel him back up. He would reach that peak again. I mean, depends on how he beats Deontay Wilder. Imagine he knocks him out, and you're watching those highlight reels of Wilder going down. That'd be amazing, though.
Well, that's what I asked Gonzalo in the last episode. I said, well, he says, yeah, that Zhang by knockout. And I said, well, when you say stop it, are you saying Wilder flat out on the canvas, his family crying? He said, yes. That's what he said. So he says, and I can see it because Zhang is a heavy-handed guy, and Wilder's is wiry guy. It's like, remember when Fury dropped him in the last knockdown in their third fight? That's how I can see him flopping this one. But again, he's got a very good chance of doing something similar to Zhang by virtue of his power. I'll say this, man. Zhang is probably doing this for all the Asians who've had their store bum rushed by a bunch of high school kids. That's what this fight is about, man. If you want to get technical, so
it's about revenge.
He's got some motivation behind. What's that?
It's about revenge.
In a way, you could say. But Sheeraz versus what's his name? Imo Williams. Yeah, I wrote down Sober's prediction. I can see Sheeraz winning. Again, like with Williams and with the Wilder and Zhang, I can see both guys knocking each other around. But I'm gonna go tentatively with Sheeraz as well. Hey, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. It really helps us out. All right.
Hit the like button.
The
We
next
end
fight
the
on
show, guys. If you don't hit the like button, that's it. We're ending the show. I'm not even joking. I'm not fucking joking.
That's
guys.
right.
This is not.
You know what? I can't stop Butcher. By the way, he's hosting today, so what he says goes.
Right, I'm in control.
What can I say?
I'm in control. All right, next.
Next fight is okay. Here we go. Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball. It's a fight to show who's got more balls. It's a featherweight toss matchup, and this is going to be a very, very good one because Raymond Ford has been in there with some solid opposition, and at the same time, so has Nick Ball. Nick Ball is a shorter guy, but very stocky. He's like a little juggernaut. Raymond Ford is a more conventionally sized featherweight, very quick, possibly one of the fastest guys in boxing right now. So this fight is going to be interesting because Nick Ball is coming off a contentious draw against Ray Vargas. And a lot of people feel that Ball got screwed in that one. Raymond Ford, meanwhile, he fought in his last fight. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last guy he fought, but it was a guy from Kazakhstan, I believe, or Central Asia, another southpaw. That fight went down to the wire. Raymond Ford barely scraped by with 10 seconds left. A bit of a contentious stoppage too for some, but he managed to get away from that fight with a win. Very dramatic. But in his fight previous to that, or a couple of fights previous to that, he did struggle with Vasquez, who was a junior featherweight, I believe, or a featherweight. And so some people that are picking Nick Ball are saying, oh, well, if Vasquez was pressing him, what do you think Nick Ball is going to do? But then at the same time, and I just want to say this is something that's very peculiar, or it's going to be very interesting and important for this fight. Yeah, Vasquez managed to get close to Raymond Ford, and some people feel that he won that fight. But Vasquez is a trickier guy than Nick Ball. Nick Ball relies more on his physicality, and he jumps in, and that's what happened against Vargas. Against Ray Vargas. He was just jumping in, and he allowed Vargas with his orangutan arms to tie him up. So I can see something similar here. If Ford says, you know what, I don't want to go through another war like the one I had the last time. I'm just going to fight the ass style, and he's certainly well suited to do so. He's equipped to do so. I could see him just this fight being another clinchathon. Here's what I want to see from Raymond Ford. I don't want to see him run, and I'm not saying he needs to slug it out. But what I'm saying is, if he wants to look impressive, he needs to stand his ground a little bit, meaning make Nick Ball miss by moving your head. You don't have to move your feet all the time. That's not your sole defensive tool. You can move your upper body. Hit, make him miss, turn him. Now you keep moving with your feet. Jab, 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 jab. Then if he gets inside, again, change levels, upper body movement, make him miss, make him pay, and then you keep moving. But don't just run, because Raymond Ford does that. He will just back up in a straight line. He'll end up on the ropes, and he'll clinch. But what happens if the referee enforces the rules and says, no clinching, you have to fight? He's going to be in trouble against Nick Ball. So Ford has these the tools to look good in here, impressive. The last fight, he didn't look impressive. It was a dramatic ending, but he wasn't impressive. He was losing that fight. So he needs to look impressive in this one. And one last thing, Ford, that they had at the Zone event today, I don't know if it was an open workout or grand arrival or whatever. Ford looked like one of those new vampires from the Second Blade movie. Remember those guys who were always wearing hoodies and sunglasses? That's how he looked, because he's been struggling to make weight. And if he fades down the stretch against Nick Ball, that's going to be a problem. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Let's see if there are any phone calls. Guys, the phones are open if you want to call in. Yeah, no phone calls. By the way, somebody said that apparently people didn't get notifications for this show. That's kind of weird. But anyways, Mr. BDA, which fight do you want to talk about next?
Is Solver still here? I don't know if he wants to talk about the...
Probably not. We'll move on. Let's see.
All right.
Yes.
Next fight on the docket, Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. I mean, I got to tell you, this fight is... some people are saying it's a pick'em fight. But I don't know about that. Daniel Dubois is enjoying a bit of a career renaissance for beating Jarrell Big Baby Miller. But then in context or in hindsight, you think, okay, so he beat an out of shape, probably no longer PEDing Jarrell Miller. How impressive is that? I mean, at least he showed he didn't quit. But would he have quit against the Jarrell Big Baby Miller from a couple of years ago? I don't know. Meanwhile, Hrgovic, if you think about it, Hrgovic beat Zhang 2 years ago. But it's Zhang who's enjoyed more success and more of a more clout than Hrgovic, who's the one who got the win. But then again, the point is, Hrgovic, some people feel he didn't deserve that win. So, you know, which one is... What's going on here? Again, this is another fight to prove where each guy belongs. And can I also say something about Hrgovic here? When he's fought low-level opposition, he looks like the monster. And in hindsight, that Zhang fight, he didn't spend it on the defensive like Joseph Parker did. He didn't get blown out the way Joyce did twice against Zhang. So all in all, he actually stood his ground at some points, and was willing to trade with Zhang. So he's got good combination punching, fluid combos. He's got power. Dare I say it, he's a better fighter than Daniel Dubois. But punch for punch, I do think Daniel Dubois hits harder. And again, if he's bringing in confidence, snowballing confidence, then this could get interesting. Bucho, I'm picking Hrgovic here. But what do you think about Hrgovic? Do you find it strange that this guy actually beats Zhang, and then at the end of the day, it's Zhang who's the one who's been getting all the accolades?
Well, some say Zhang actually beat Hrgovic, so that means it was a close fight. Well, of course, what happened after that, after they fought? Well, Zhang beat Joe Joyce twice, and Joe Joyce was supposed to be, this next the next number one contender for whoever was the champion. And so that's why Zhang is now getting all this attention. But Hrgovic, of course, he's still a very good boxer. This is the fight that's going to make or break this guy at this point. We've been waiting for Hrgovic to rise to the occasion, to become this great heavyweight that everybody's waiting for, this number one contender type status. He might get it if he destroys Daniel Dubois, if he dominates Daniel Dubois. If it's a close fight, then, I mean, of course, he's going to get credit for beating a guy like Dubois, but he's gonna be losing that aura that some people are expecting from him. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense.
That was,
Uh,
that's what I was gonna.
yeah,
That's what I was gonna say because Hrgovic, I mean, he's been around for a while now. It seems as a guy that when he started out, because he was a bit of a terror in the amateurs too, and then coming up, he looked like a terror, beating up tomato cans. Now though, he's been overshadowed. He's 31, as you can see on the screen there. The time is now to make something happen. I mean, does he want to stay a prospect for his entire life, or does he want to actually go in there and take the reins? Because again, Usyk, not long left in the heavyweight division. Fury, you never know when he's going to retire. So, Hrgovic, if he fights Joshua's a formidable opponent, but depending on how he looks against Dubois this Saturday, Hrgovic might make a case for being the next. I don't want to say dominant force, but he could be the guy to take the crown. So there's a lot on the line for Saturday. A lot on the line.
Dubois might win this fight though. I think this guy is better than what some people think. Of course, mentally, there's all these questions how strong he is, but he has good fundamentals. Go look at that Usyk fight. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's like a skirmisher type of thing, coming in and out. He's quite fast for a guy his size. I do agree, like you said, Mr. BDA. Daniel Dubois has more power than Filip Hrgovic. He's 26 years old. I mean, this guy's. I see some improvements though. This guy is improving, so I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Hrgovic. But I'm gonna have to go with Hrgovic because I mean, just the guy. Everybody has been saying this guy's the real deal. I'm just waiting for him to show it this Saturday night. By the way, we have a super chat from Juan Doe. He says, what will become of the LDBC when Zhang puts Wilder to sleep? Will his gloves be loaded with egg rolls or CCP occupation of Wakanda be blamed? Interesting.
I mean, hey.
You know what, Juan? I think at this point, the LDBC do not really care about Deontay Wilder. I think they've moved on, and they're looking at other boxers at this point. What do you think, Mr. BDA?
You're absolutely right, Bucho. You're absolutely right. Gervonta Davis is now the recipient of benefits from the LDBC. He's the benefit recipient, and yeah, Wilder is a guy that they're done with him because they don't. But don't, make no mistake about it. If he gets a win, there are going to be a lot more people from the LDBC are going to be back on that train. But back to the Hrgovic thing here. It's interesting. Not that long ago, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, Dubois was the guy. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, watch out for this guy. Watch out for this guy." And look, he beat Gerald Big Baby Miller. But again, prior to that fight, he fought some Australian southpaw or something, and it was looking like it was going to be another Corey Sanders, Vladimir Klitschko. Dubois looked inept in there. So I think he's once. You know what people were accusing Joshua of 2 years ago, that he was mentally broken, mentally unsure of himself, blah, blah. I think that's what Dubois is, more than Joshua. I mean, because at least Joshua's been proving that he is, at the worst, the second best heavyweight in the world, which is no easy task. Dubois hasn't really done that yet. So I don't know, man. I think if Hrgovic presses him...
Yeah, finish your point, sorry.
I'm just saying, if Hrgovic presses him, I think he can break him.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, mentally speaking, Dubois, very questionable. His mental state is very questionable. I said skirmisher. I don't know what it's fencer, like a fencer. Daniel Dubois is like a fencer, like something. Like he comes in and out, bladed. Very bladed. Like I don't know. He looks pretty good for a heavyweight. The way he boxes sometimes, it's fluid. So, all right.
You know what?
Yeah,
he's one of those modern day heavyweights. He's one of those modern day heavyweights who's modern size, meaning above 6 feet 4 inches tall. But he's got quick hands for a guy his size.
Yeah. He's not slow as fuck. I mean, this isn't Baby Miller, obviously. This isn't one of these big heavyweights. Remember Samuel Peters? Like I always hate it with those type of heavyweights, man. Oh, just slow, boring. Anyways, all right. So we're done with this fight. I think we're gonna go with Hrgovic. But again, I'm just saying, don't discount Dubois.
That's right.
All right. Let me check the phone lines. Guys, phone lines are open. You can call in. The phone number is on your screen. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the show. It's really helping us out. All right. Next. What do we have here? I think that's it, no? Sheeraz Williams.
Yeah, those are all the fights.
Oh, well, those are the fight. All right. I wanna get back to Zhang Zhang against Deontay Wilder because I wasn't on the show yesterday. Let's go to the tail of the tape here. Just give me 2 seconds. By the way, you guys obviously know I'm going with Zhang Zhang. Right now, he represents China. China's on the rise. I think that Chinese power is gonna be behind Zhang Zhang. No, I'm kidding. That doesn't make any fucking sense. No, I just think that Deontay Wilder is pretty much done at this point. I didn't like what I saw against Joseph Parker. He didn't push the pace. He didn't try to go for the knockout. He was just waiting to counterpunch Parker. The opportunity never came, and he's the one that got hurt. And I actually think he fought scared after that. Call me crazy. I think he got scared after he got rocked by Joseph Parker. He wasn't expecting that. Zhang Zhang's gonna knock him out. He won't be able to see that jab. That jab will set up straight left, and it's gonna be good night. Good night for Deontay Wilder. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm thinking about this. I'm trying to visualize this fight. I don't see Deontay Wilder landing that right hand. I really don't. What do you guys think in the chat?
The way I see Zhang landing and the difference I see him landing Tyson Fury was it's gonna be that when Zhang lands, it's gonna be like precision, accuracy is gonna be on the chin. You know, when Tyson Fury was beating him up, he was like smacking him on the ears, behind the head with the like bottom of his glove and shit. So I think when Zhang hits him, he's really gonna hit him with power and accuracy, bro. And I really think that's gonna make a difference because when Parker hit him on the chin, he almost dropped him, like you said. You know, he surprised him. And Parker's not really particularly a big puncher in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
And you know, Gonzalo also brought the point yesterday that when Zhang, just to highlight his power, he managed to drop Parker twice, and Parker has a very good chin.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Did we lose?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back because I had to turn something off. Anyways, so we're all going with Deontay Wilder, right?
Yes, by knockout.
Yeah,
By knockout.
All right. There you go.
No, but you know what, the Butcher? I was asking Gonzalo something yesterday. I said, obviously, every fight needs to be won, right? And no fighter wants to lose. But there is a lot in the line legacy-wise for Wilder because he's getting close to retirement. And if he loses his fight, what was his legacy, really? Beating Luis Ortiz? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that?
He will go into the Hall of Fame because now the Hall of Fame has become some sort of popularity contest. Like, was this guy a popular boxer? You know, and then while they're gonna say that Wilder has like 9 title defenses, he's gonna get in there. Now, of course, we don't care about what the Boxing Hall of Fame has to say. We're gonna give our own opinions. And if he loses to Zhang Zhang, I don't think it's really gonna affect the way I see him because I already know that this guy was overhyped. I'm not saying he was a bum. I mean that when you have that type of power with the right hand, you have some sort of gift. I think he's overhyped, not because he's gonna lose to Zhang Zhang, but just because of everything else. Things I've already stated multiple times. So to answer sort of your question, Mr. BD, I don't think a loss against Zhang Zhang is gonna change the way I see or I perceive Deontay Wilder.
Okay, but he would, I mean, well, that's the thing, but it would validate what you've been saying for years, which was that Wilder wasn't that good.
Again, no, because that's has already been proven. Like, he's not a good boxer. It's not because he loses against Zhang Zhang. The guy's 38 years old, so one could make an argument that, well, he lost to Zhang Zhang because he's old, you know, which I don't even think it's true because I think that he would have lost against Zhang Zhang at any time, even if he was in his prime. But because he's 38 years old,
Well,
So it doesn't. This fight doesn't really change it, in my opinion.
But then what happens if he beats Zhang this Saturday?
Well, then I'm gonna have to give him credit. I'm gonna have to.
But that's what I'm saying. Then this fight is there's a lot on the line for him at 38 years of age.
Well, there's a lot on the line because if he loses this fight, I think it's goodbye. I don't know what you guys think in the chat, but if he loses this fight, it's over. This guy has to retire. I mean, some people were saying that he should have retired after the Joseph Parker fight, just because of the way he fought. I mean, he didn't really fight at all.
I seen little clips of Deontay Wilder talking about how so he's seen an opening, but he just couldn't take it. So he's already he basically said that his reflexes are going.
Well, it's possible.
You know what I mean?
True.
So
I mean, he's a counterpunch if you think about it. Yeah, right. And if he doesn't see that opening, then at 38 years old, then that means you're done. Your style is off. I mean, what are you gonna do? Change your style? No, you can't. Scale
Well, you know what?
One
Once
was
the
292
point is-
last fight. That was a lot. That was a lot of general. Okay, yeah.
Taos, General
Yeah,
Taos.
Taos. Yeah,
But-
yeah,
but-
the food, yeah.
The thing is, look, there's two sides to this issue about Wilder maybe being shot. First of all, yeah, 38 years old. And on top of that, and there's something that we kept harping on before the fight, 2-year layoff. He fought Helenius in October 2002, didn't fight at all 2023, didn't fight for most of 2024, and then finally got in the ring in December 2023. Oh, no, excuse me. So it was a year layoff. Yeah, it was a year layoff, not a 2 year. But hey, one could argue it was a 2-year layoff because the only time he did fight in 2022 was less than a round of work, if you even want to call it work. So yeah, it was a 2-year layoff. Now at least he might have gotten that rust out of the way. But at the same time, one of the other reasons why he couldn't pull the trigger was because Joseph Parker was backing him up. And when Wilder is being backed up, he leans back to the point where he's got no way to plant his feet and counter with power. So that's my thing, though. I don't know if Zhang's going to do that. If Zhang's going to pressure, which I've never really seen pressure.
Well, not pressure like crazy, but he's going to be the one coming forward with that jab. I mean, I don't think Wilder's going to be able to see that jab. And eventually, straight left's going to show up, and he's going to just put Wilder down. And
well, what I'm
the
saying
difference
is
between Parker and Zhang is Zhang has the size. He's a stop. Sorry, my. All right, we're back. Go ahead, BDA.
Here's my thing, man. If Zhang's gonna back Wilder up, he better do it consistently, because if they're just looking at each other in the middle of the ring, yeah, again, it gives Wilder a chance to uncork that right. And Zhang is a guy who defensively he deflects shots with his hands. He likes to parry. He likes to block. Wilder's got the hand speed. Well, I don't know if he still has it, but normally he has a hand speed where he shoots a shot before you can even see it coming. That's how he knocks guys out. So if Zhang thinks, I think, oh, well, this guy can knock me out because, he's slow. Or, I big. Well, guess what, man? The guy has knocked out. Wilder has the type of power he can knock out big dudes. That's why I'm saying, as crazy as it might sound, he might actually enjoy fighting bigger dudes, because Zhang is not a Tyson Fury type of guy. He's not going to lean on Wilder. He's not going to make him work. He's not going to molest him, sexually like Fury did. He might just bide his time and think he's going to knock him out in the middle of the ring, which could prove a dangerous proposition.
Well, BDA, you say Wilder might like bigger men. Zhang might be too big.
No. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
We know what you mean.
Let's take a phone call here, guys. 347. You're on the air. 347.
Hey, what's up, fellas? It's NPR. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. How are you, man? And what's on your mind?
Well, I actually just want to expand, because I was going to kind of say the same thing. I think that Zhang has to bring pressure and back Wilder up. Now, there were two ways that because if you remember the Fury fight, the first Fury fight, basically Fury was ducking underneath for the most part Wilder's punches, and that's an incredible thing to do, being 6'9". So he's got to keep Wilder moving back, but you see, Zhang doesn't duck down; he stands straight up, and he's not really a pressure fighter. It kind of he could be wide open if Wilder decides to go just ape wild. He could be wide open for something from Wilder. That's my first concern with Zhang. The second concern I have with Zhang is that he stands straight up and he tires out so bad. Like he's not a high output kind of fighter, and so I don't think he's used to bringing the pressure for Wilder. I think he'll win. You could put me down for a Zhang knockout somewhere in the middle rounds. That's what I'm gonna say. Only because Wilder has looked bad, but he's looked bad in two different kind of ways. Fury is a extra tall fighter, and if you remember in the second fight, he was able to back out of Wilder's crazy swings for the most part, and then Wilder tired out, right? But Zhang, I don't know if he can do that, man. I mean, I have some serious concerns with this guy defensively. So I want to talk about Hrgovic now. Hrgovic to me is a stiff. He reminds me of Pulev in a lot of ways. He's got this incredibly upright stance. He looks to me to be a sucker for a left hook. He doesn't keep his right hand by his. He's not holding the phone. He doesn't hold the phone well. I also am giving it to Hrgovic. I think Hrgovic will win this fight. But man, I'm not a big fan of this guy, and I almost sentimentally, I want the other guy to win, but I don't think he's just. I don't know, man. I have questions about Daniel Dubois, but I think probably just based on size alone, Hrgovic is going to win the fight, but I do not see him going far past this contest. I think he gets washed at the higher weights of the division. The better competition of the division, and so I don't look forward to his fights for some reason. I don't think he's like an exciting fighter. I don't think he's not a fluid fighter. He doesn't show creativity in the ring that I like to see, and that's about it. All right, fellas. You guys take care.
Take care, man. We'll see you next time. All right, Mr. B, I think you
wrote down his prediction.
Right? You wrote it down?
I took it down, yeah. I took down the prediction.
Guys, don't forget to call in. Give us your predictions. Mr. BDA will write them down. Phone number is on your screen. And please hit the like button or we're ending the show. I'm not bluffing. I will end it. How many likes do we have? We have 29. No, that's impossible. 29 likes. Let me refresh this shit. We have 62 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We can do it.
38 more likes. 38 more likes, guys. Come on, let's do it.
Who's this guy talking, interrupting me? Who is this guy?
Oh, sorry. It's recognize his brother.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the show. Were you here last time? Yesterday?
Well, I jumped on, and then all of a sudden it wasn't working. I thought maybe that was your way of saying, "Yeah, we don't want to talk to recognize."
I wasn't hosting. It was VDA, but yeah, he had like some technical issues. There was a storm yesterday. It was pretty fucking crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Recognize. I sent him a message yesterday. He never answers back because the guy's a night owl.
Yeah.
So he replies at about 2 in the morning. I wake up at 4 in the morning, take a piss, and I see a message from Recognize. he thinks it's normal to be communicating with people at 4 in the morning, man. I mean, it's insane, man.
Fucking vampire, man.
I can picture you. I can picture BDA saying, "Fuck this dude. I'm not answering him now."
All right, guys, we have a super chat from Iron Templar. Thank you for that super chat. He says, "Beyond Gay Wilder's." Okay, what are these names that you guys come up? I have trouble reading. Beyond Gay Wilder's punching power is a myth. He can only KO short, fat boys and no hopers. His KO against Hellenius was fake as fuck. Never KO'd a big man. Has he? Oh wait, hold on. Has he? Well, I mean, yeah, Hellenius also was a fake.
The biggest guy I saw him knock out, the biggest guy I think was Dominic Brazil.
Yeah, he was pretty big.
He was
That
big.
guy's about 6'7", something like that.
Football player.
No, but there's the other
Yeah.
one too. That was kind of the French guy that was putting hands on him for a minute. Who was
Oh,
Dubois.
Dubois.
He
He didn't knock him out.
it?
But he
Oh,
never
did
hit
he?
the canvas. He never hit the canvas. He never hit
That's
the
true.
canvas.
Oh, okay.
Referee stopped it, I guess. Then.
So I think, you know what? I think Iron Templar brings up an interesting point about Wilder's punching power has been overrated a little bit because, yeah, okay, he can drop guys because he catches them when they don't, with punches that they don't see coming. So there is that there is a power element, but there's also a speed element to that power. And, you know, he dropped Fury because he's a big guy. Okay, but Cunningham dropped Fury too. And some other domestic level guys, European guys dropped him. So
You saw what Usyk
really
was doing.
Usyk almost knocked him out. Going for the ropes. I was gonna say that, yeah. So yeah, this power
thing
is
about-
starting to become a little bit overrated. Power is there for sure, but I mean, some people were saying that this guy had more power than Mike Tyson. Doubt it, man. He had, you
No.
know what? Klitschko had
No,
maybe
no.
more power than this guy with that right hand.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Vladimir
Exactly.
Klitschko probably had a harder one punch. What was it? His right over Mike Tyson's one punch. You know what I'm saying? So to be fair, you know, that's a big comparison. But I would say, listen, this is what I would say. First of all, I'm kind of rooting for Wilder to win the fight. I am kind of rooting for Wilder to win this fight, only because, and this is
America.
probably a little selfish of me. Well, no, I mean maybe a little bit of that. Nah, not really. But I think it's because I always wanted to see him fight Anthony Joshua. I want to see that fight. Maybe that fight is maybe you know, what the hell? What is that?
I was playing some Chinese music. No, I was just
China
looking
number
for some
one.
America stuff here.
But no, listen, I'm being realistic. I do give Wilder a chance, but I think I'm going by his past history versus what I've seen lately. And what I've seen lately, well, he had a fight with Parker. He's a sharp fighter. You know, maybe that's a one-off, or maybe that's not. Maybe that's who he is now. If he comes in the same shape, same fighting shape that he did against Joseph Parker, I think this doesn't end well for him. But who was it? NPR guy mentioned some things, some of the breakdowns of the fight that I actually agree with the kind of fighter Zhang is, and he's not really a pressure fighter. He does kind of stand tall. I would have liked Wilder's chances a couple of years ago to beat that style of fighting, but I don't know if he can still do that. If he could, I give him a really good chance of winning. If he can, obviously, you know, it's going to end bad for him. So I'm leaning towards Zhang to win this fight, but I'm rooting for Wilder to win.
All right.
You know what?
Yes, BDA.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Recognize there. For the sake of boxing and, you know, for a little drama and all that, it would be nice to have Wilder back on the docket and him and Joshua finally getting it on, because that would generate a lot of attention and a lot of drama, a lot of excitement in the YouTube boxing community. But it depends on Wilder. Can he pull? And again, yeah, his power is being a little overrated perhaps, so we'll have to keep our eye on Saturday, man. I'm looking forward to the fight, man. Although it could be a fight where both guys are looking at each other for a long time and nothing happening, but hopefully something explosive occurs.
Yeah.
BDA, one more thing I want to say about that. If Zhang wins too, don't get me wrong, he makes himself a very formidable opponent, a very lucrative fight for guys like Usyk, Fury, and AJ too. I just want to point that out there too. If he beats Wilder, and especially if he knocks him out.
That's true. That's
Well, you know what's interesting about that? How things change, perception changes. After Zhang beat Joyce, people made Zhang the boogeyman because they were overhyping Joyce. They were saying, "No." I remember there was a point in 2021 when people were saying Joyce beats Joshua, he beats Fury, he beats everybody. Then he gets his ass knocked out against Zhang. Then I remember people saying, Fury won't be able to take his power. Joshua can't take his power. Even Usyk wouldn't be able to beat him. And I'm thinking, well, let's hold our horses here. And then what happens? He goes against Joseph Parker. He looks the anemic in there after the 6th round and loses the fight. So this heavyweight division is looking very UFC-ish. You ever see those UFC divisions where one guy wins the title, then 2 fights later he loses it, then another guy comes in and he's the big hype guy, he's going to be the all-time great, then he loses and we never hear from him again. That's what this heavyweight division is reminding me of. Everyone other than Usyk and maybe Joshua and Fury are looking human in there and losing.
That's a good point. Getting exposed. They're getting exposed. All right, guys, we gotta take some phone calls here before they start piling up. So let's. Oh, somebody dropped, but we have somebody still here. 917. You're on the air. 917. Yo.
Yeah, hello?
Yep, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, yo, Deontay Wilder's going to split that soup dumpling in half, all right?
Oh.
You better wait on it.
All right. What's your prediction?
We're going to take him down to Canal Street, show him what he's worth.
All right.
What round, bro?
Which round?
You better be built like the Great Wall of China if you're going to stand this right in. I'm going to knock you over like a domino pin.
90 seconds.
That makes sense.
Listen, all jokes aside, that freaking plate of General Tso's chicken moves slower than your mother. You better get his head fucked off.
All right.
This guy's doing it a cappella.
Yeah. Did you write that down, BDA? What's your name again?
Acapella, I'll Rockefeller. My name is Jay Dilla, for Rilla.
All right.
60 seconds.
What the fuck's happening with the funk?
BDA, you're walking the wrong way.
All right, caller. Anything else? We gotta move on here.
Oh, this guy's a genius, man.
All right, he hung up. All right. Well, we got your prediction. That was a long ass name. By the way, we have a super chat from Frankie. Frankie, I can't see it because there's something here. It says, "Any truth to Canelo giving up that IBF belt?" No, I don't know about that shit. Guys, have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, but it's a rumor. I mean, there was a rumor dating back a couple of weeks ago, and I think they're finally making. But can I just ask one real thing? Real quick? Are the phone lines closing in 30 seconds? What happened?
I don't know. I say no, they're not. It says we have an hour.
10 seconds.
Okay.
What the fuck is this shit? No. No. It says there's an hour left. Initially, I had fucked up and I just said like 15 minutes, but then I switched it to 120. Now it says, what the fuck's going on? All right, you keep talking. I'll fix
it. The more I keep thinking about this fight, bro,
it's the Matrix.
I was gonna say, what happened?
It's the Matrix.
It might be. Okay. So I was gonna say, the more I keep thinking about this fight, bro, is and Wilder's last fight he came in 215, right? And Zhang came in 295. Scale Bender pointed out in the chat, right? Almost 100. I don't think Wilder hits hard enough to really hurt. And when Zhang cracks him, bro, he's gonna this fucking. Like the more I think about it, the less chance I give Wilder. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. I'm going with Silly Zhang. I'm pretty
Well,
confident.
you take a shot, Bucho, or what?
Yeah, Zhang's gonna win. Confident. Very, very confident. I might even place a bet. Specific round. I'm gonna look at the odds. But listen, you never know. You never know. This might be like Rocky 4, where Wilder's fighting for the U.S. and then at the end he's gonna switch. He's gonna change the whole of China to become full-on capitalist. So he's gonna give a speech after the fight. The phone lines are still open, I think. It's weird. It says they're open, so they're anyways. Guys, don't forget to hit the like if you're enjoying the show. Hit the like. Give us your predictions for this Saturday fights. Do we still have Recognize here? I can see him. What the fuck?
I'm right here. I'm
I
right
can't
here.
see. No, I don't know what the hell's happening with my OBS. Anyways, let's keep the show going here. Guys in the chat, what do you
I'm
think
right here.
about what's happening? We have Kyle Jackson. He says he's going to get walked down and destroyed like the Wilder Fury 2 fight. I think he's talking about how Deontay Wilder's gonna go down. Grim Reaper says if Wilder doesn't stop him early, he'll probably get fucked up. Guys, do you agree with that? That kind of makes sense. Although Zhang gets tired, though, that's what everyone's saying. That's true, though. Zhang starts getting tired after 6 rounds.
But if he shows up 80 pounds heavier, bro, you think Wilder's gonna really like hurt?
You're cutting in.
I don't like Wilder.
Sobers, you're cutting in and out,
Wilder.
man. I don't know what's going on with your mic, man. You're cutting in and out.
Is it me?
No, never Sobers. He cuts in and out. Anyways, go ahead. Recognize.
I never liked Wilder at 215, bro. I don't like that shit at all. He's too tall for that. He got no foundation in those legs.
Recognize. I actually prefer when he's 215 than 230. Because if you remember when he bulked up to 232 or something like that when he fought the Tyson Fury the second time around, he bulked up and he looked more muscular, but from the top up and the bottom down, so his legs were skinny. It looked weird, and I don't think that it was proportional. And those skinny legs couldn't hold up that body, man. It looked weird.
I give Wilder that 230 Wilder that fought Fury. And in the second fight, I think that Wilder knocks out most of the heavyweight division. Back then, I'm not saying right now, but I think he knocks out most of those dudes because it would have been too much pop. There would have been more weight behind that power. So I don't know. It depends, man. I don't like a guy coming in 215 and he's facing the guy 290.
No, that's true. That's crazy.
He might not be. His punches might bounce off of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you say that you don't like a guy his size weighing in 215, I understand usually that would be abnormal or something, but this guy's like a freak of nature. He's sort of like Thomas Hearns, where like you would say, well, I don't like him making 147, but he was successful at 147.
You got a good point, man. That's a good point. I mean, I wish he fought like Tommy Hearns. Imagine he fought like him. That would be amazing.
Man, he would have been. I always said that
he would have been the man. He would have been the man.
He would have been the man. Like the reach, he has speed. He just never learned shit. I don't know why. Like, maybe it's wasted potential. Well, at this point, who fucking cares? What if? Should have been. Frankie with another super chat. Thank you for that. He says, Bucho Zhang for the win. KO4. Gonna get exposed. I agree with some things you're saying, but again, Wilder has already been exposed, so even if he gets knocked out. But I get your point, Frankie. Mr. BDA will write down your prediction.
What was the prediction?
He said...
Yeah, don't call me Frankie. Don't call me Frankie on the live, all right? I don't like that.
He said the Zhang for the win in the round 4. KO.
Oh, he's piggybacking off of the Gonzalo's prediction. You said something about Wilder, and I don't want to harp on Wilder too much all the time, but yeah, I've said it before, man. This dude should have been bigger from a promotional standpoint than he was. The problem is he was with an outfit, a company that didn't know what they were doing. He should have been a big star. And then on top of that, Butcher, and you've brought this up numerous times, when he did have a chance to embrace a fan base, a nation against Fury, instead of saying, hey, I'm wearing the U.S. trunks or something, the U.S. flag, what does he do? Black magic. Black this, black that. So he made it racial.
He should have
come
out
funny
like
when some
Apollo
people
Creed. He should have come out like Apollo Creed, living in America, and...
Well, that's
yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, some people complain, wow, Fury, white Americans, Whitey was rooting for Fury, an outsider. That's why I heard in these videos that when I was making the documentary. And they said, that the white American is rooting for Fury, so it's about race. And they never offered any examples. They just said things, and they were fact all of a sudden. And again, Wilder made no attempts to garner the attention of a nation or the love of a nation. So he, that's why I think that bleeds into him never readily improving as a fighter. It's just I don't think he's that good at any of those things, either marketing or being a fighter.
Well, I mean, you say he should have been bigger, but also for that to have happened, he would have to improve skill wise. Because if he didn't improve skill wise, he would have gotten exposed, and he would never have gotten to become like a popular boxer.
Well, that's the other thing, though. That's the other thing. If you want to get to a certain level of fame as a boxer, can you hear me, by the way? Or am I cutting off? Okay.
Yes, now you're good.
Okay, if you want to make it to a certain level or beyond a certain level in boxing, you have to fight the best. We're currently seeing that with Gervonta Davis, where he's on the cusp of being a mainstream star, despite his less than stellar lifestyle choices. But he's on the cusp of becoming a mainstream guy. But because he's not fighting the best, he remains nearly plateauing in a way. Now you need to fight the best. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Anthony Joshua. These guys consistently fight the people that the fans want to see. And Davis has not done that, and Wilder didn't do it. That's why when people go, yeah, but he's 9 title defenses. Yeah, 9 title defenses against guys we've probably never, the layman had never heard of, and we never heard from them again either. That the best of the bunch was Luis Ortiz, a 40-something-year-old guy who has not accomplished anything since then either.
All right, we got to take a phone call here.
Ortiz was a bit of a hype job himself, wasn't he?
Who?
Absolutely.
Or King Kong Ortiz, he was a little bit of a hype.
Oh yeah. He had one good win in 2015, I think, against was 2015 on HBO against what's his name?
Jennings. Brian Jennings.
Brian Jennings. Yeah. All right, guys, let's take a phone call here. This guy has been waiting for a while. I think 973. You're on the air. 973.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so, I mean, listen. Wilder is shot to bits. He's a shot fighter. It's over, okay? We saw what he could do against Parker. He couldn't do anything. He was gun-shy. Why was he gun-shy? Because of the fear of getting countered and winding up in the same position of, that it was in the last bout against Fury. Once you get beat, like Wilder was beat, like Devin Haney was beat, or like Errol Spence was beat, and now maybe even Tyson Fury was beat, your psychology has changed forever. You'll never, ever be the same fighter again. And also, physiologically, you're changed from being concussed. Your brain is now rewired. So you don't want to be in that position again. So now you're automatically more defensive, okay? And you're always looking for the perfect opportunity to possibly get your shot off. But guess what? Parker's too smart to give you the perfect opportunity. So he took you apart over 12 fucking rounds. Now Zhang, you think Zhang's a dummy? No, this guy's slow, but he's got IQ. He might come in a little lighter, but the guy's got a brain too, all right? And he has pop. So, yeah, I think he's going to get Wilder out of there in probably less than 5 rounds. Wilder might get a shot off, a glancing shot off, but he'll go for the straight right. Zhang will block it. He doesn't know how to, throw hooks around the guard. He just knows that simple laser, straightforward rear hand. He's going to do that. He's going to land a couple. They're going to bounce off, and he's going to get terminated. That's my prediction.
Great breakdown. I mean, it's true. Wilder's very basic, and if you don't think Zhang's going to figure that out, then I think you're underestimating Zhang's IQ, ring IQ. All right, anything else?
No, that's it. It's just I want Dubois to win, to beat Hrgovic, because Hrgovic is an arrogant prick. I would love Dubois to upset the apple cart and beat Hrgovic. And I want Nick Ball. I think Nick Ball has an uphill hill to climb against Ford. He's probably going to lose, but he's going to put up a great show. I think that's going to be a good bout too. Other than that, I'm excited to see Zhang lay waste to Wilder and probably put him into retirement, unfortunately. That's all. Thank you.
All right, thanks. See ya. Take care. All right, great call. Great call. What do you think about that, though? I mean, it's true. The Wilder is a one-trick pony, and this isn't any hate towards Wilder. Even his fans agree that he's a one-trick pony. But hey, you never know if he lands that right. All he has to do is land right hand. All he has to do is land that right hand. We'll see. I mean, they said the same thing when he fought Tyson Fury. They said the same thing when he fought Joseph Parker. So I think it's pretty much over. Now, what do you guys think, though? I mean, should Zhilei Zhang go for the knockout right away? Pressure Deontay Wilder? Or should he be patient?
Be patient, but if you see it early, go for it, which I think Zhang will. I don't think, unless Zhang gets hurt before that happens, before he gets to think about doing that, that could change that could change the way you approach the fight going on. Let's say he survives getting, he gets hit with a big shot by Wilder, and he survives that. He might be a little bit gun shy, but I would expect that he's gonna go for it as soon as he sees the opening. So if he sees Wilder's
always there
to be. That power is always there.
No, the opening. I mean, Wilder is not very hard to figure out. I mean, you can land shots, especially when he's backing up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would think that you're going to see that early. You're going to see it early and often, or as long as he needs to, right? Till he gets the job done.
Yeah,
he kind of has that mindset. He's not a pressure fighter, but he's a combination puncher. He does throw punches in combinations, and so if he sees Wilder's vulnerable to get hit because Wilder's too gun shy, he's gonna go for that shit right away.
But it's like Zhang doesn't even have to step in when he throws that straight left. He's southpaw, right? So, he has the reach. He's not a Joseph Parker who has to come in there and maybe be in some sort of danger as he steps in. He can do it from mid-range without having to step in. So I think he has a very good chance of. He's like Tyson Fury a little bit, where Tyson Fury could just reach him from afar without stepping in. And the quack says, "Be patient and save energy." Wilder will give himself up. That's true, but again, is Wilder gun shy though? Because we saw him against Parker being gun shy. If he's gun shy, then Zhang is gonna be the one who's gonna have to look for those openings. I think what, guys. I think Zhang's gonna look at the Deontay Wilder. The Wilder second fight, he's gonna look at that and he's gonna try to replicate that. What Fury did.
I like the way Zhang sets up his lead left hooks, man. That's a weapon of his. That's what I could see really doing in Wilder too.
Yeah, so he's
gonna be close to Wilder. It's gonna be close to him.
Yeah, a jab. And then he has that right hook. It's gonna confuse Deontay Wilder, and then he's not gonna be able to see a straight left. And he's gonna drop it. That's it. He's gonna mask it. It's gonna be beautiful. DJ N1 says, I don't think Zhang can maul like that. I don't think he has to maul him. Yeah, they're right. He's not gonna do exactly what Fury did, but he will just come. He
doesn't need to do that, bro.
No, exactly. He will just have to. He will move forward, just take steps forward, close the distance, mask that he's gonna hide that straight right. Fuck, he's a stop. That straight left.
Can you hear me, okay, Bucho?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the difference is, I think this fight's gonna be similar to how. The way Zhang landed on Joe Joyce, that's how easily he's gonna land on Wilder. Maybe easier. You know what I mean?
Good point.
Their defense is about the same to me.
Good point. I would even say Joe Joyce has better defense. What defense does Deontay Wilder?
So everybody's a better boxer than Wilder, bro.
Exactly. No, but it's not even. It's true. It is true. I mean, go watch Deontay Wilder against. We were talking about when he fought that. Football player. What's his name again? The Mexican. He was Mexican, half Mexican or something, I think. What's his name?
Washington.
Gerald Washington.
Gerald Washington.
Gerald Washington.
Oh, he's talking about the guy Negro?
Yeah, exactly. Gerald Washington was winning that fight.
Archer Spielka was outboxing him.
Yeah, a smaller guy. And one could argue, well, he was a small guy that's fast, so he was giving Deontay Wilder problems. Okay, but Gerald Washington was not a small guy. The guy's pretty fucking big. We just talked about it. And he was outboxing Deontay Wilder. I think Zhang Zhang's going to be able to do that for sure. He's going to be able to outbox him. And this guy has pop. We've seen it. He knocked out Joe Joyce twice. I mean, this is, in my opinion, it's going to be an easy pick. I think you should place a bet. Well, actually, is that legal if I tell people to place a bet? I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to place a bet. I'm going to probably go before 6 rounds. Place a bet. Zhang beats Deontay Wilder before 6 rounds. I'm Your Leader says Gerald Washington does not represent Vallejo. What's Vallejo?
That's a part of California, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. Protectorate General says drug-drained Ortiz nearly KO'd Deontay Wilder.
Exactly. The dude's body was all drained and shit from the hair cluff, the Rogaine, like sapping all his energy and shit, trying to grow his hairline back. The dude was more invested in trying to make himself look 30 years old than it was trying to win that fight. You know what I mean?
Well,
he was trying to make. He was more invested in trying to look the age that he claims to be.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, bro.
That,
he was trying to give up the ruse and shit.
recognize his wife. See, he had hair extensions. That's what he did.
I remember that fight.
You said your wife said
punched one of them. Yeah, my wife said, "Why is that guy wearing hair extensions?" I didn't even think about that. I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, when he hit him, a strand fell out." I said, "No."
That's funny as fuck.
All right, guys. Let's take another phone call here. 209, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yep, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Oh, okay. I've been wanting to say, I'm a big fan of your page, but I don't know why no one hasn't picked this up. So when Wilder fought Tyson Fury, he was 209. I think he was clean and everything, and he had power right up until the 12th round. But then when he started getting bigger, buff, like he started losing stamina, which I think he was on poor hormones. And when it's like an oral steroid. So when you get on poor hormones, oral steroids, you kind of lose that stamina. And he got even bigger at 239 against Tyson Fury, the third fight, and had no stamina at all. I think that when he fought Parker, he was all natural, and he had stamina all the way into the 12th. I think he's probably going to get back on a pro hormone and try to knock out Zhang, because he saw that Zhang, Zhang, he didn't have any kind of stamina at all when he fought, what's his name, Philip Hrgovic. And that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to try to bulk up on a pro hormone and get him out of there within a couple rounds. So I think that, like, Wilder has a chance if he's not scared to get hit. I think he has a chance to knock him out, but I also think that Zhang might knock the hell out of Wilder too, because I feel like maybe that what's it called, Awashka or whatever, kind of made him a little bit soft. So I feel like it's kind of like a pick'em fight. I want Wilder to get knocked out, because all he does is talk nonsense. But if Wilder has any kind of chance, it'd be to knock him out maybe a little bit early, or depend on Zhang not having his the best stamina, maybe late round, maybe.
So what's your prediction?
Shoot, I think Zhang gets him out of there, puts him out of there. Knocks him out within 5 to 7 rounds, maybe. I hope so. I can't stand Wilder, man. All he does is run his mouth,
Well,
say
I
I
mean,
want
if
a
he
body
loses, it's
on my
over, though.
record. And,
If he loses, it's goodbye, Deontay Wilder. So, if you hate the guy, then this might be the last time you see him.
hope so, because I don't like that. Holding that WBC title hostage for years. He didn't want to. He didn't want to do undisputed, and all of a sudden he's talking undisputed now. I mean, I just think he's gonna, if he wins or he gets a belt, he's just gonna hold that title hostage, and he just holds up the heavyweight division.
All right. Well, thank you for your call. Anything else before we move on?
No, just enjoying your channel.
All right. Take care. Thanks for calling.
Fuck the LDBC.
Yeah,
All right.
fuck them. All right. Let's take another phone call here. 416, you're on the air.
You thought it's your time, but it ain't your time.
Okay.
What? Who's this? What? Go ahead. All right. I couldn't hear the guy. Guys, let's
Ding,
read
go
us.
ahead, bro.
He's gone. Okay, we have another call here. But hold on. Before we continue with the phone lines, we're going to go with the super chat. Amok, thank you for your super chat. He says, Wilder embarrasses the United States, twerks like a degenerate, and wants to get prego. Yeah, he wants to get pregnant. Shaking my fucking head. Zhang by stoppage. China number one. Butcher's Asian accent. That's right. Yeah, listen, if you're American, I'm pretty sure you want America to beat the Chinese right now. But Deontay Wilder, I'm sorry, he's not the guy. He's really not the guy who's gonna beat China. All right, let's take a phone line here. Phone call. 619, you're on the air. 619, you're on the air. Yo. Going once, going twice. All right. Call back again, guy. Sorry about that. Your phone line's not working. Let's get back to the panel. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We all pick Zhang, even though he's 42 and even though he gets tired. Wilder's ready to just get knocked out, in my opinion. And this is going to be his last professional fight. That's my prediction. You can write it down. Zhang's going to try to go for the knockout early. Why would he wait? He has to go in there like Tyson Fury did in that second fight. Some rando says, hashtag Americans for China. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Protected General says, he can't counterpunch like a 270-pound Zhang. And Kevin, he says, Zhang by stoppage. Guttersan. I don't know what that is. Hawker Mustang says, Black Excellence, King Bucho. All right. Yeah, guys, who's buying the pay-per-view? I'm buying the pay-per-view. I'm going to support this event. Hopefully they reduce the price of the pay-per-view because I'm a DAZN subscriber. But again, overall the card's pretty good. I think we need to support this type of events. So yeah,
42, man.
Yeah, I think you're lying here, but it's okay. It's okay. LL says no one is buying it. It's like, come on, guys. It's a good event. It's a pretty good event. I mean, El Gordo says to support anything China. All right. Well, I think everything you buy is from China these days. So fuck. Probably supporting China even if you don't want to. Boxing with Frank Bay says Wilder says he realized he loves boxing now. Is that what he said? I'm a new man. Now I love boxing. Amok says I'm buying this pay-per-view on. Okay, I'm gonna say that this is how much I support China. And then El Gordo says my comment was sponsored by the CCP. All right. By the way, if the CCP is listening, we do take donations from you. We don't care. Green Reaper says I just bought Usyk Fury. Bit disappointed. Beterbiev Bivol got okay, he's a bit disappointed that Beterbiev Bivol got taken off the card. That's true, though. That's a big disappointment. You bought Usyk versus Fury. I bought it too. It was a great buy. I think the fight was pretty good. It was exciting. It was exciting because there was a possibility that that fight was gonna be boring, just because of the styles. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Please hit the like. Hit the like. It really helps the show. Let's see how many likes we have. Let's see. Suspense. 84 likes. Jesus, guys, 100. I'm OCD here. 100 likes. Let's hit 100 likes. We can do it. We can do it. I think I have the Rocky music here. Oh, no, I don't. But I have this. Deontay Wilder. He has to do it for America. Guys, the phones are open. Don't forget to call in. Give us your predictions. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Gypsy King Boxing in the chat. He says, Wilder early stoppage. All right, so Gypsy speaking with Deontay Wilder. Do not pick Deontay Wilder, guys. Don't do it. Always go against Gypsy boxing style. Always. Protectorate General says Zhang is going to KO Deontay Wilder either way, leading or with a counter shot. All right. All right, guys, in the panel. Anything else? What do you want to say?
I want to say go Wilder.
All right. Recognize getting all patriotic here. He's now going with Deontay Wilder. He never wanted Wilder to win, but now he wants Deontay Wilder to win. This is because China is... Yeah, go ahead.
Shifting gears from the card this Saturday, people are starting to talk about Canelo Crawford. That they're saying that the Saudis are really thinking about making it. So I don't know, man. I'm waiting for somebody to say to make an official announcement, and not for nothing, but Crawford has to get past Majimov first, which is not a given. So, but I'm just saying that those are the people are talking about that on Twitter again because they need that engagement, so they have to come up with this. They know Canelo Crawford sells, so they make tweets about that.